You know, some football matches are just numbers on a page. Others are stories. But every once in a while, you get a game that feels more like a Hollywood blockbuster. And that's exactly what we're breaking down today. Manchester City's absolutely wild 5-4 win over Fulham. Seriously, this match had it all. Let's just start with this number, 9. That's right, 9 goals in one Premier League match. I mean, that number by itself tells you everything you need to know, right? It just screams chaos, drama, and pure unscripted entertainment. This was a game that completely flew off the rails. And that's why this quote just hits the nail on the head. Did we see a football match or an action movie? Honestly, it's a fair question. This wasn't about clever tactics or formations. It was just a whirlwind of emotion, crazy mistakes, and moments of absolute genius. Okay, so let's break down how this storm of goals even happened. To really get why the final score was what it was, you have to appreciate the madness that led up to it. And that brings us to what I'm calling the core theme here, a heart attack victory. It's one of those wins that's so tense, so chaotic, you feel exhausted afterwards. Yeah, Manchester City walked away with the 3 points, but for their fans, this wasn't a celebration. It was more like they just survived something. Thrilling, yes, but just unbelievably nerve-wracking. So why all that anxiety? Well, it leads us straight to the central puzzle of Manchester City on the day. They were a team that was somehow brilliant and completely broken, all at the same time. And this slide, well, it shows you the two sides of that coin perfectly. The best of City, their attack was like watching an artist at work. The midfield was creating masterpieces, and up front, you had Haaland just finishing everything. But the worst of City, oh boy, their defense was a complete disaster. They threw so many players forward that they left these massive, catastrophic gaps at the back. Every single counterattack looked dangerous. I mean, think about it. You concede 4 goals at home. You're basically just scoring to paper over the cracks. And this quote just sums it all up, doesn't it? This victory carries the taste of joy and anxiety together. It's the perfect way to describe it. For City, it was this weird mix. You have the pure joy of scoring 5 and getting the win, but it's totally undercut by the gnawing anxiety that your defense could just collapse at any second. But look, this story isn't just about City's split personality. Not at all. We have to give a massive amount of credit to the other main character in this whole drama, Fulham. They showed up with an absolutely heroic fighting spirit. Let's go back to a number, 4. But this time, let's look at it from Fulham's side. They went to the home of the champions and scored 4 times. That is just a staggering achievement, and it tells you everything about their mindset on the day. Yeah, Fulham did not come to the Etihad to roll over and play dead. They came to fight. Think about it. Every single time City scored, Fulham hit right back, almost immediately. Their main attacker was called a sharp knife, and that's exactly what he was, just constantly slicing through City's shaky defense. They weren't scared of the big names, they exposed huge problems in that system, and honestly, even though they lost, they walked off that pitch with a massive psychological victory. All right, so all of this chaos, all this back and forth, it brings us to the climax of the movie. The game is hanging by a thread, and you just knew it was going to come down to one single moment and one single player. So, picture this. After all the goals, all the mistakes, all the moments of magic, this is where we ended up. 4-4. The score is tied, the match is perfectly balanced on a knife's edge, everything is on the line, and you could just feel the tension cranking up with every tick of the clock. And in these moments, right, this is when the big players step up. It's about who refuses to settle for a draw. So the question was, who was going to grab the pen and write the final chapter of this insane story? Who else? Erling Haaland. Of course it was going to be him. When the game needed a hero, the man who was basically a goal-scoring machine delivered the final word. And this goal, it wasn't just another goal. It was the knockout punch. It was so clinical. Just one perfect touch to control it. Then this incredible, unwavering focus in the middle of all that chaos. And finally, a perfect shot rifled into the corner where nobody could stop it. That goal did more than win the game. It completely crushed Fulham's heroic spirit. So, the final whistle blows on this absolutely breathless game. What are we left with? After all that madness, what's the big takeaway? Well, you really have 2 different stories here. For Man City, the lesson is pretty stark. Yeah, your attack is so good, it can get you out of almost any jam. But that defense, that is a huge red flag for the future. They got the points, but it came with a serious warning. And for Fulham,
This was a badge of honor. They may have lost on the score sheet, but they proved to everyone, including themselves, that they can hang with the absolute best. That kind of performance builds some serious confidence.
And really, in the end, maybe that's the point. A game like this reminds you why you love football. It's not always about the tactics or the league table. Sometimes it's just this beautiful, crazy, unpredictable show. And when you get a match that's this entertaining, all you can really do is stand back and applaud.
But I do want to leave you with one final question to chew on. For a team like Manchester City, with their ambitions, is a win like this really a win? Does getting the 3 points justify that level of defensive chaos? Or is a heart attack victory actually revealing a fatal flaw that's going to catch up to them later? Definitely something to think about.